Hi you guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad. This is a Firefighter's Financial Toolbox. I've been getting a lot of questions lately from my friends that are dividend investors about companies that I think will survive the pandemic. Now, first of all, nobody knows for sure if anything is going to survive or not. Nobody knows how long this pandemic is going to last. Certainly not I. But I have three particular dividend stocks that I personally own now that I feel can weather the storm, and I'm going to explain a little bit about each one and why I think that. First one we're going to talk about is Waste Management. Now, Waste Management is the largest single company for garbage pickup, recycling, and the like in the United States. They first went public in 1972, and by 1982 they were a $1 billion sales company. Throughout the 80s and 90s, they continued to acquire more and more companies to become what they are today, the largest company in America for waste disposal. Why do I think this is a good company to have? Well, everybody's going to keep making garbage. There's no end in sight for that. We know that. People make refuse. Refuse has to be collected. On the upside, Waste Management has paid an increasing dividend for 15 consecutive years. Now, that doesn't make it a dividend aristocrat, but it's a solid company. The company's been around. It was initially started in 1893, actually, by a Danish immigrant named Harm Husianga, who decided he was going to start picking up trash in his Chicago neighborhood and charging his neighbors. And it took off from there. People decided, hey, this is a good idea. And after World War II, when we started producing more disposable type items, the demand for refuse pickup increased. And it still is at an alarming rate now. The other thing that's nice about this company is they have spent about $500 million looking at alternative practices and technologies to deal with the refuse instead of just putting it in a dump and letting it collect. They've extended a lot of things on how to recycle different items that were previously thought unrecyclable. Waste Management currently has a quarterly dividend payout of 54.5 cents. And that is increased 6% since the last dividend last year. So, another good reason, even during this downturn, is still continuing to grow their dividend. Second company I want to talk to you about is Procter & Gamble. Most of you at home have products from Procter & Gamble, and you may not even know about it. Do you use Oral-B toothbrushes? Do you use Tide? Do you use Ivory soap? Do you use Gillette razors? Do you use Head & Shoulders shampoo? Crest toothpaste, Charmin bath tissue. The list goes on and on. They make thousands of products, hundreds of which are household names that are always in our homes. Procter & Gamble also has a pretty good dividend payout. Currently, the quarterly payout is 79.07 cents per quarter, giving a dividend yield of 2.6%, but that is a 6.1% increase over the previous dividend from January of 2020, an increase of about 6.1%. Good dividend growth there. Third company I want to talk to you guys about is a company everybody knows, Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson started in 1886, you guys. Initially, they had some antiseptics, some of that kind of stuff. They diversified into some different stuff. In World War II, they were the first Band-Aids to be shipped overseas, Band-Aid brand. Later on in the 50s, they picked up the patent for Tylenol, one of the most recognized pain reliever names out there. They also acquired the company that owns Motrin or ibuprofen, another household name for pain relief. You guys, pretty much everybody's medicine cabinet has a number of items that belong to Johnson & Johnson. We see that their quarterly dividend is $1.01. And that is an increase of 6.3% over the previous dividend from November of last year. All these companies are continuing to grow their dividends even during the downturn. Now, why do I pick these three companies? I picked these three companies for a simple reason, you guys. These are companies that, even though our economy has been shut down temporarily, these companies are still providing services and making products that everybody needs. Even though we're stuck in our houses for months, The garbage man is still coming. Waste Management is still coming to pick up my recycling, pick up my garbage can once a week. These are companies that are going to withstand the pressures from this pandemic. Now, I don't know for sure that they won't cut their dividends, but these are companies with long track records. In the case of Johnson & Johnson and Procter & Gamble, each of those companies has increased their dividend for 56 years. You guys, consistently making both of them dividend kings. Now, as you know, the longer a company has a track record of paying a dividend and increasing it, the more likely they are to their shareholders to continue to do so. That way, even if the stock price falls amidst this pandemic, I'm still going to get my dividends every quarter. This is one of the reasons I like dividend investing. What do you guys think? What companies would you put on that list? If you could only pick 3 to continue investing in during the pandemic, which 3 would you pick? Do you agree with my picks? Let me know in the comments, you guys. Hope you got something else. If you did, drop a like. It really helps the algorithm. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. You get notified every time I make a new video. It's a pretty nice day out. I thought I would make another one outside. Anyway, hope you guys got something out of this. Have a good day.